everybody, it's Jason Shadrick with Premier Guitar. We're at the Winter NAMM show in Anaheim. We're at the Dunable booth with Dave here from Dunable, and we're going to be talking about the Eidolon pedal. Yep. We have two different versions, but we're going to be looking at just the only main difference is the color, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about kind of what was up with the name. Tell us about the thoughts behind the name.
Sure. So like Eidolon, it's another word for ideal, and for me this is my ideal lead pedal. And it also, I think, has sort of like a ghost-like quality to it. I think like a good lead sound has some atmosphere to it, right? Like you can kind of dial in some delay and some reverb, and really just kind of like wet in the tone, so it's not just like a super dry signal. It gives you a little bit of a vibe, right? So whether it's like, you know, dripping with reverb and like super delayed out, like you can really dial that in, or you can kind of set it like how I like to set it, where it's like it's more of like a subtle effect, so all the notes come through and like it just kind of gives you like a little bit of an atmosphere, but like you can still play really technically with it as well. So like a screaming lead with lots of notes, they won't get lost you know, in the reverb. So, you know, however you like to set it, depending on what your style is, you can do that. The biggest thing for me when you know, making this pedal was I was looking for something that had a boost, a delay, and a reverb, and I figured someone had already made it, but like I couldn't find it anywhere. So that was sort of where the idea came from. Like I went to go purchase it, because that's how like I was used to daisy chaining together a bunch of pedals in my effects loop to get my lead sound. So like, you know, without the pedal engaged, right? You know, it's just dry. You know, but with it on, right, you get a little bit of wetness, and of course you can juice up the boost if you want.
So when you turn it on, all three effects go on at the same time.
So that's when we were initially working out the pedal. That was one of the main things that we were trying to work on. It's like, can you like have everything separate, right? And you can, which is great. So like, you know, you can have the boost, like if it's set like right in the middle here, or like slightly down, like that's going to be pretty much matching to your regular tone, right? So I could take the reverb out and just have delay. So if I want, you know, just the delay sound, that's the mix right there. Right? And then I can take the delay all the way out and have just the reverb if I want, if that's what you prefer for your sound. Right? What I like to do is have a blend. So I try to dial the reverb back a bit, have the delay in, and now I've got this great lead sound. That I think is perfectly suitable for whether you're playing metal, rock, fusion. I mean, everyone wants that little bit of color to their tone. Yeah, exactly. It kind of fills it out, makes it not so dry. And then the boost function like allows you to cut through the mix, which is like, you know, crucial when you're playing and live setting with a whole live band and like that.
So when you use this pedal, is it an always-on thing, or just kick it on for solos, or how do you?
Yeah, I use it for solos mainly, but you know, really any lead part that could just use like a little bit of juice. So like if it's something that's like, you know, just sort of highlighting a part like behind a chorus, you could like kind of dial the boost back, but have the other effects in there. Or if it's like a really screaming lead, you know, you could juice the boost up.
And what's the switch, the mod switch?
So the mod switch is great because like, you know, I love that sound of some of that like tape delay echo, and it has that kind of warble, almost like chorus to it. So when it's in the opposition here, you know, you don't get that. Right, but with it on, you know, it's kind of hard to hear NAMM here, but like there's a little bit of chorus on that delay, which gives it that like little subtle warble, which I love. This is just really nice. And then it works great for clean too, right? So if you want to dial in like, you know, let's say you're not really as into the delay, but you just want like a great like hall reverb sound, you can kind of mess with the color tone here. Let me juice up the reverb a bit. And now I've got like a great clean signal if I want to play like, you know, like a blues or, you know.
around back, is it just mono or mono ins and outs?
Yes, yeah, you're just going straight into the effects loop. Yeah, of the amp, yeah. But you could run it out front. Obviously, you know, when you're working with like delays and stuff like that, when you run it in front of an amp, it's going to be a much. You're going to notice the effect much more. I like it run through the loop because it's kind of more subtle for what my purposes of playing lead and solos. But of course, if you run it in front of the amp, you can get some really cool sounds as well. Like the reverb's going to be a bit more present, right? The delays are going to have like a stronger slap back sort of in the mix. But some people love that sound, right? Like really using the pedal like less as like something to kind of color your tone and using it more as like an effect for like a part in a song that like you really want that that crazy delay in your face sound happening. So what'll be pricing and availability on it? So it's $259. You can get it through Dunable's website and also through Reverb. And yeah, I think, you know, whether you're, like I said, playing rock, metal, blues, jazz, I've had so many different players try this out so far, and I've been getting great feedback. So it's meant for the touring guitar player, someone that's like, you know, is going to limit the amount of variables in their live set and can get a great tone and dial it in super quick without having to like run through a million pedals and like go chasing around leads and stuff like that. This is like you just plug in and you can dial in a sound that works for you in 30 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have you play us out. All right, this is Jason Shadrick with Premier Guitar. Make sure to subscribe to Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all of our NAMM videos. All right, Dave, why don't you play us out?